What's happening, everybody? It's time for the Daily Truth, the truth in 5 minutes or less. I hope everybody's had a great start to their week. Let's just get right into it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and like this video, share this video, and do me a favor. I'm starting to go through my lists of topics, and we're at like number 80 or something like this. I've made this my mission to do this for the full calendar year, so I'm going to ask you. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. I'm starting to run out of topics. So if you've got stuff that you want to hear me talk about in 5 minutes or less, please put it in the comments. Let me know. And if you're just enjoying it, just put that in the comments too, because it breaks the algorithm. So help me out. Help me with that, please. All right. So today's Daily Truth is a quote that I love listening to Motiversity when I run and go for jogs and different stuff like that. And I heard something that resonated. I don't know who the voice was. It sounded familiar, but there's like many different voices. So the quote was, if you think the price of winning is too high, wait until you get the bill for regret. And this is my mission today. My message and mission today is to start making you realize that if you don't make the leap to do what you want to do in your life, and this could be literally anything that you can think of that you've wanted to do or accomplish, and you might say to yourself, man, there's too much that goes into that, to get into the shape that I want to get into. It's just too much work. Or to write the book that I wanted to write, or to speak in front of the people that I wanted to speak in front of, or to try to get that job that I never thought I would get. And you go, it's going to be too much work. It's too much paperwork. It's too much work in the gym. It's too much to get my house. It's too much work in the kitchen to make sure that I'm eating healthy. It's too much work. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That quote of if you think the price for winning is too high, wait until you get the bill for regret is perfect, because I'm going to tell you the bill for regret in anything that you do, if you shortchange yourself, if you second guess yourself, and you don't go for the opportunities that you really believe that you want or even deserve, and you don't end up doing it, you are going to regret that. And I'm a person that believes in having no regrets in life, and that includes the mistakes that we make, the failures that we make. If we have a life that's full of regret, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be a happy person. I don't know one person that regrets pretty much all these different things and is actually happy. So get rid of the regret. Take those regretful thoughts and make the change today in your life. Make the change to actually be somebody that lives in the moment and says, I made a mistake, I'm going to move on. All of those regrets were actually lessons. They were part of the guidebook. They were part of the journey that got me to this point in my life. And from this point forward, I make a change. And I know that if I get to my deathbed, and there's something I've used in speaking before, where it's the people surrounding you on your deathbed are the ghosts of all the decisions or all the opportunities you never took and the things that you always wanted to do, and all those ghosts are surrounding you and saying, this is what you could have done, this is what you could have became, this is what you could have had the opportunity to do, but instead you sat there and you lived fearfully. You lived without taking chances, without being even kindness to people and going out of your way, all these different things that you chose not to do that you wanted to do. You wanted to buy that police officer lunch one day and you didn't do it. And I'm guilty of that. I've done certain things where I was like, I feel like I need to buy that person lunch. And I've had almost like I just couldn't pull the trigger. I've done things where I've been like, I wanted to do it and I've done it, but there's other times and I have momentary regret and I go, I'm not going to let that happen to me again. I'm going to take action. It's all about taking action. So I'm going to say it again. Truth is, if you think the price for winning is too high, just wait until you get the bill for regret. That's a good one. I like today's. I've had that one on the roster to talk about for a while. So truth is, if you want to actually change your life, take action. The bill for regret is going to be far greater than you really want to handle as you get older. Realize that you're going to have things that you probably want to regret in your past. Ditch it, forget about it, move on, start today. Whenever you're hearing this message, if you're watching this live right now, great. If you're watching it later in the day, if you're watching it tomorrow, if you're watching it a week, today, start to write down what you want to make changes are in your life, what things in life you want to win at, what you want to just change and become and do. Figure out what that is. Don't live a life with regret. Live a life of winning and going for it and being willing to fail. That's the Daily Truth in 5 minutes or less. This is what I was going to talk about with the animals yesterday if you were watching. So, I always say, don't surrender your pets. This is not an absolute. I saw a phenomenal post of somebody trying to rehome their pets. They're not surrendering them. They're doing everything they can to rehome their pets because they're serving. The husband is serving in the military in Germany, and they are not allowed. They're actually not allowed to bring it overseas for his specific unit and what he's doing. The rare occasion, you do what you have to do to rehome. But at the end of the day, I could tell you based on their posts, they're not going to be willing to surrender the pet. They will find a proper and good home for that pet. As a whole, though, don't surrender your pet. Don't leave it at a shelter. Don't leave it on the side of the street because you shouldn't be a garbage human. And that's what garbage humans do. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. Going way over on these. I'm going to get back tomorrow under 5 minutes.